It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Commanders and the Falcons, and it comes your way next.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gautin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They're led out by the former Oregon Duck in his 9th NFL season now, Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 18 carries, 60 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Mariota's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Play fake. Mariota. Little short pass. This is Everett. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. The Falcons are 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have the home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. And that's out quickly to Chase. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. And they'll be led out by a former first-rounder in his 4th year now out of Utah State, Jordan Love.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You talk about this Falcon defense. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the 1st quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared, because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
A little leaguer there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making a real 1st quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Throwing, Mariota. And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field later.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground. Carter, and he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate.
And the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop it.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Love now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Love throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta regains possession of the football. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Final 30 seconds of this 1st quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Mariota now on 2nd down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead 1st quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Here's a toss. Kelly going left. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. (10-0) the score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Love looking to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reynolds. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
Ball start. Offense.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A give up the middle to Carter. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Looking left side of his got a man. That's Reynolds.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at the 41-yard line. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Mariota. Right side and caught by Kohler. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rock.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Up the middle, Jones. Down to about the 45.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mariota. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on the line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They were losing Chargers a week ago to the Texans, but they're on top right now as they start this drive out 1st and 10. They'll find Everett there, complete. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
That's on Pro Bowl center Jason Kelsey.
Still first down.
Now Mariota. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3rd and 8. Throwing is Mariota. And Jones has it over the middle. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
Start. Offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To the air again, Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The coverage by Joey Porter Jr.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense set to take over. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And they run the option on 2nd down. Well, they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing. Love. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota right at the 50-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peak to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
1st down, going to the air with Love. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. It was a terrific first half for the veteran quarterback, Marcus Mariota. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive? on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators. They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
On third down, Love. And that will be incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Holding for TD.
And that hold goes to wipe away a big return.
And I know from the outside in, you think, why are you holding? Just make sure you don't grab anyone. But you want to keep people away from your return guy. And sometimes those sudden moves, that speed, you reach out and inadvertently do something, and the penalty flag comes out.
Second down and 8. To throw, Mariota. He completes this to Walker. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight end.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The veteran Joe Schobert getting to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Commanders offense back onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Love, they go play action now. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken in at the 11. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Taco Charlton just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. To throw now. Here's Love. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Off the play fake, Love. Eluding and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They run up the gut with Kelly. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 14-yard line. The leading rusher among rookies a season ago. Here's Kenneth Walker. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Mariota. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
But they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Here's Mariota, option left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 2. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
2 yards to go, second down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. And Walker once more. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Still first down.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And a catch right side by Evans. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Walker going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Pacheco. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Isaiah Pacheco, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. And throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's Love. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just about on his own goal line. Runs over him. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll work down inside the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Sticking with Walker on second down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Commanders' offense set to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Love now to pass on first down. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun. Love. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Love. Under pressure, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just outside his own goal line. Powers through him. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The offense on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because...
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Here's Pacheco once again. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Falcons, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Washington, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.